To be clear, this is not a prison-themed hotel. This is literally a hotel inside a prison. And that prison cell right there is where I'm staying for the night. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight I am sleeping inside a prison, an actual prison, and my room is inside an actual prison cell. I thought I'd try and dress for the occasion, but unfortunately I didn't have an orange jumpsuit, so I got the closest thing that I could possible. Hang on a sec. Is that a Nando's I spy across the road there? I think we all know where we're going to be going for dinner later. But anyway, the reason why I'm in this current car park, because this isn't where the prison is located, is because I had a message from the prison earlier, and it informs me that if I want to park in their car park, there is a charge of £34 per day. Now, I'm already paying a fair bit for the room itself. I'll get to that later because there's different price levels depending on which room type that you want to stay in. But I refuse to pay an extra 34 quid to park up. So, I'm going to find out how much it is to park in this one because I'm only about a 7-minute walk away. Alright, it doesn't actually tell me on the sign, but I can pay on the app, and it says here £41.60. I had a quick look on the website for the prison hotel, and it says the parking there is extremely limited, so I've just taken the hit and parked here, although that price is criminal. And ironically, I'm the one that's staying in the prison. Anyway, onwards and upwards, let's take ourselves off to jail. There's a castle just in front of us here, and I'm pretty sure the jailhouse is just behind it. Well, according to this sign, it's actually part of the same thing. I don't really know where I've got to go. But these look all prison-y. Oh, here we go, look. What's this in here? That looks prison-y. Yeah, so I'm looking for the hotel side of it. Is that in here?
Yeah.
It is? Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Hello.
Hello, yes, here to check in.
Would you like to add breakfast or you're fine, sir?
So I've checked in, I've got my room key, and I've paid for an extortionately expensive breakfast. Again, we'll get to all the prices later. But first, I thought we'd have a little look around the outside of the building before we go and check out the room on the wing. So that there is the entrance, that is where we've just checked in. And apparently we can just wander about and I'm free to film whatever I like. So coming through here, we have, I think that's where I'm staying. That is, I think he said it was the A wing, and I'm actually in one of the cells, so somewhere around here that'll be my room. I thought I'd just come around the other side quickly again actually, and I've just found the prison governor's house on the corner there, and now I'm just back out round, I believe at the other side this is the D wing maybe. I saw D wing written around there, I think that's what it is. And then through here, oh yeah, so these buildings behind me, they're two identical cell blocks for petty criminals, which is why they don't look so secure. But that's that side, and then obviously that's the main prison over there. Alright, before we head back inside, we need to check this out as well, look. The punishment cells. I guess I better lay off the beers or I might end up in there later. Anyway, that's enough looking around. Let's head back inside and go and find my cell. Alright, this is pretty cool. That's my room right there. 110. We're on this lower floor, but we can't stay in here without knocking about upstairs and having a little look at the top floors. To be clear, this is not a prison-themed hotel. This is literally a hotel inside a prison. We're up on the middle floor now. It's a bit hot in here, but this is amazing. Look at that. It's proper old school prison style. It's like the ones you see in the movies. We're going to have to go up to that 3rd floor as well. We can't miss any of this. Alright, it looks like we can't get up these middle stairs here. That's actually locked. I'm assuming if you're up on that floor you get a key. But there is a way up on the end here. In fact, no there's not. I lied. Wait, what's this? Look at these doors. They're solid metal. Alright, we have made it up to the top floor. Let's take a little wander back down to the end of this one. But yeah, so all of these rooms here are the cells obviously, and you can sleep in them. What's that over there, look? Some sort of proper locked off area. But there are other areas of the prison that you can stay in as well. I think you can stay in that prison guard's room, and you can stay in all sorts of different areas. Hang on, what's this up here? C-wing rooms. So this is a whole nother wing in here. Let's have a little look in C-wing, shall we? That's a cell in there. Some of the rooms are different. I mean, this could have been for staff, for example, because they look a little bit different. Or it could have been for the extremely naughty boys. We've got another door here. I'm going to end up getting lost at this rate. Let's go back through here, shall we? Yeah, this C wing's alright, but it's not like the proper prison cells that I wanted to stay in, so I'm glad that I've booked the right one. Okay, we're back on A wing. This is the block. This is where we're living for the night. Last thing to check out, this is on that middle floor. Visitors room bar. That seems to be extremely empty. I wonder if they're going to open this up later on. Hopefully they will, because they've given me a little voucher for a free beverage. But let's go and check out my accommodation, cell 110. Okay. I think I'm going to start a life of crime. I could get used to this. Just whack the bag down, stick the key in the slot, and welcome you as my cellmates to my humble abode. So let's begin with a little room tour, shall we? Obviously that is my front door. We've got a little spy hole there so we can see if the guards are coming to lock us down, kick off because we're causing a riot. Over here we have a bag area. We've got a nice little bedside table next to the grand bed, which does look pretty comfortable, I've got to say. I'm going to jump right on that in a minute and give it a proper test. But before we do, we're going to work our way around. So we've got the desk here. Laptop is already out, obviously, because work always comes before leisure. And with on the desk, on the edge here, we have a coffee machine and some of the little capsules there to make a morning coffee. Oh, look at that. We also have a Ferrero Rocher. We also have a bin, which I'm hoping does not contain what we found in one of the previous hotels. No, we appear to be safe on that front. Next to this, we got a wardrobe, standard stuff going on in there. Oh, look, more supplies. Do you reckon there's any more Rochers? No, there's not. A couple of biscuits, but not really my thing. The mini bar. What is inside the mini bar? Nothing. Typical. On the other side of the wardrobe, you just got your standard, oh look, robage and a safe. I mean, it's not the most deluxe of furniture. There are scratches and little marks all over the place, but I'm not going to complain about that because it doesn't actually seem dirty. It just seems a little bit marked up. Okay, moving around, we got the bathroom in there. We'll get to that in a minute. A nice flat screen TV upon some sort of cabinet. Oh, what's in there? Look. Bottle openers, glasses. Nothing, and nothing in the rest of them. Nice little lamp in the corner here, which appears to do nothing. Why aren't you working, you stupid thing? So there's a plug socket there with some sort of weird non-UK plug. No switch on it, and this switch does nothing. So basically we have a large ornament, which is not a working lamp. Moving swiftly on, we've got a nice little leather chair here. Let's hope that's an artifact of the leather. Beyond the chair, we have a radiator and a nice window to the outside world. There's a massive Virgin out there. Look at that. You don't see that every day. Absolutely breathtaking. Anyway, outside there, we've also got a nice view of the tables and chairs, which I'm assuming is where I might be able to go and get a drink from later if that other bar isn't open. And then next to the bed, we do have two working lamps. I forgot to point out, they have supplied water on either side. And as for the bed itself, there's only one way to find out. She's an absolute beaut. An exquisite level of firmities. Oh, what's that? That's just a bit of fluff. We'll let them off. And it all seems pretty clean. We've also got a window up the top there, which I'm assuming that's like an original window that would have had the bars. I reckon that one is new because I don't think they would have had windows that big. But who am I to know? I'm an upholding citizen of the law. So moving into the bathroom, because I am disappointed. It's a shower room. I literally wanted a bath because I've got a special surprise for you guys later. Nothing weird, but it was a bath time surprise. But we do have a nice large luxury shower. So we really... Oh, hang on a sec. There is a bath. Just you wait until later. Oh, the surprise I've got for you. Anyway, we've got a nice sink. Does it work? Like a dream. The obligatory skiddy check. I think we're good. And then another one of those little prison windows up the top there. All in all, I'm quite happy with this. But right now, I've had a fairly long drive to get here. It's not quite dinner time yet, so I'm going to do a little bit more testing out of the bed and playing on my phone. And I'll catch up with you guys shortly. I've been doing a lot of thinking. In fact, I've been considering you guys a lot in my thoughts. I've been weighing up the options, basically, of do I go out to eat at Nando's, where I'll probably save a lot of money, or do I eat in the restaurant, which is just outside there? Because, well, the breakfast was extortionate money, like I said. I reckon the dinner is going to break the bank. But I reckon you guys are going to want to see what they have to offer here, since this is a hotel review video, and it wouldn't be a complete hotel review without checking out their food. So, in for a penny, in for a grand. Let's go and check out if there's anything that tickles my fancy. The restaurant, is it...
It's just past the elevators down the stairs.
Through here, perfect, thank you. Is that the place outside the back there? Is that the same place?
Yeah, that's
It's just the outside, okay.
Is it just you and your room?
It is, yeah.
Are you staying at the hotel with us?
Yes.
Yep. Just grab your room number.
Yeah, it's 110. Now, let me explain the restaurant situation. Now, first of all, I stood out like a sore thumb wearing this. That was the proper Poshgaff. The menu had been written by Sir Henry Poshgaff himself, which was fine. But anyone that knows me knows I've got the palate of a child. But I did manage to find something that I really wanted, which was the burger. That was until... Thank you.
We have no burgers left today.
That was literally what I was
You
about to
kind
ask.
of figured.
Yeah.
No burgers, everything else is still available. So you got your flat iron steak if you wanted something beefy.
Now, luckily, I did manage to find a backup option, which was a fillet steak. Very expensive, but honestly, one of the best fillet steaks I've ever had. For some reason, they did put something else on the plate that literally looked to me like a meerkat's heart. But I managed to avoid that and just eat my steak, and that was delicious. The fries were pretty good as well, and I had a couple of beers on top of that. And then I realised that I had a voucher for a cocktail, so I ordered, well, I don't even know what it was called, but it had charcoal in it. Literal charcoal. The truth is, that cocktail tasted a little bit like a rusty satellite dish. Don't ask me how I know what that tastes like. But it wasn't my favourite. And it's quite lucky I had the voucher, because if I'd paid for that, it would have been 12 quid. I'm seeing a pattern here. The more expensive things are in the Poshgaff, the smaller the quantity that you get. But anyway, enough about food. It is time to run a bath and let you in on my little surprise. Got to figure out how the hell to use this thing. I mean, what's this bit all about? Does that come out? What is it? What's it there for? Surely that's a plug. Just yank it. Oh, I was correct. Luckily. Okay. Whack a bit of that in there. Get that out of the way. Now, whilst that's running, we're going to take a little risk, right? We are going to go out into the hallway, because I want to see what this place looks like at night. We just have to make sure that we get back in there before the bath is full. Otherwise, we are in trouble. We're going to get put in that cell down the other side for the extremely naughty customers. Okay, we're up on the second floor, up the very end, and I think this is the place to be if you want a nice little full-on view of the entire prison. But there's no time for messing about. We need to get back before we flood the place. Can't imagine if we can't get in. That'd be well bad. Alright, we're in. We're in. I can hear the bath is overflowing. Please tell me I'm wrong. Oh no, we're all good. It's barely done anything. Okay, it's time for this bath time surprise. You know how prisoners smuggle things into jail by ramming them right up there, and then they pop them out when they're in their cell? Well, if I just pull these down a little bit, I don't want to be too graphic, and I reach right up in here, I've got, oh, one duck. Oh, two ducks. Wait, there's more. Three ducks. Oh. Four ducks. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, touching a lung. Oh, hold on. 5 ducks. And a fishing rod. Okay, let's get some fishing action on the go, shall we? How do we make this longer then? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's just cast this out and hope for the best. This one down here seems to be on its side, but I reckon if we're careful, we can just about... I'm in! Yes! Okay, that is catch number 1. I think I've got another. And I'm in! Right, there's one up in the reeds here. If we sneak up on it, we can... Yes! This one over here is just a tiddler. But if we just tickle her back a little bit, we can... Oh, she's a feisty one. Come on. Don't spook her now. Slowly pull into it. Yes! We have to get this one straight in the hoop without touching the sides. Yes! And just like that, we have no doubt disturbed all of our prisoner neighbours. So I'm going to jump in the bath and wash away all of my sins. That is me just about done for the night. Although, check this out actually, you might like this. I've just found shutters on my windows. I mean, if you're into shutters, that might be quite exciting. If you're not into shutters, you're probably not that fussed. But I'll show the shutter fans the shutters in the morning. Talking of the morning, we've got breakfast to attend to, so I'm going to get some sleep and I'll catch you guys then. Good morning, folks and folkinos. Check out my shutters. I told you they were great. Who likes shutters? Anyway, I slept extremely well in the bed. The weather outside it's all right. It's not raining, so that's a bonus. We need to get downstairs and go and check out the breakfast. Although first, I imagine I should probably straighten up my hair a little bit. Morning. Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
Tired.
Yeah. There was quite a lot of choice when it came to the breakfast menu. There was an entire continental section, and that was basically just a buffet. You could go around and help yourself to whatever you want, and that included coffee and orange juice as well. And then if you wanted the cooked breakfast, you just ask the waitress and she will bring that to your table. I went for something simple. I just had sausage, bacon, scrambled egg, beans and toast. And when it arrived, I was pretty happy. It looked absolutely amazing, but then I discovered that looks can be deceiving. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to the expectation, especially after last night's dinner was so amazing. But the bacon was just so dry, it was like chewing on a slipper. The eggs, I don't understand how they managed to do this. The eggs, it was like having a mouthful of flour. It was just all powdery and weird. And as for the sausage, don't get me started on that sausage. I only had 2 bites of it, right? And in each bite, there was a big lump of gristle. It really put me off. So I basically left half of that breakfast, which isn't good considering the price. But, you know, dinner was good, breakfast was bad. Swing around your roundabout, or whatever they say. Anyway, I've come up to my room for a delicious mug of my final Ferrero Rocher, just to top that bad experience off. As for me, I need to load up all my stuff and head back to the van, and then before I end the video, we'll go over all the prices so that you guys can decide if you think it was worth it. Hey, just checking out.
Morning, of course. What's the number?
It was 110. All right, thank you. Okay, so how much did that experience cost? Well, the rooms depend on the time of the year. Honestly, the fluctuation in price is quite large. I'll show you some examples. So the night that I booked, the cheapest room was a standard double, and that is in a different part of the prison. It's not one of the cells. That would have been £252 for the night. The most expensive room was a signature suite. I don't know where that was in the prison, but that wasn't a cell either. That would have been £394. I paid for a club double cell £289, but I looked up some other dates. So in June, for example, for my room that I stayed in last night, it would be £660 for one night. And on that same date, the most expensive suite would have been £784. So relative to that price, I got mine pretty cheap. Now, if you consider the price of the breakfast and the dinner as well, so the breakfast was £25 as an add-on to the room. It's normally £27, but £25 for that breakfast is a little bit steep. The dinner last night, it depends how you look at it, because it was a fillet steak. The entire thing was £65, so that was for the steak, the fries and 2 pints. The cocktail would have cost £12, but I got that for free with the little voucher that they gave me. And then of course you've got the price of the parking, which would be £34 if I'd stayed there. I paid £41 to stay here. So I've added up the total of everything that I personally paid since arriving yesterday, and it is £420. If I'd stayed later in the year in June, that price would have been closer to £1,000, which would have just been unacceptable. However, for £420 for that entire experience, was it worth it? Well, I'm going to let you decide that. Let me know in the comments what you think. One thing for sure is I'm certainly not going to make that money back from this video. So, as a little bit of compensation, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. As for me, I'm going to head on out of here and go and see a couple of my friends over in Gloucester. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I certainly enjoyed filming it, especially fishing for my ducks last night. Stay tuned for what I have to come, and I will catch you guys next week.